Tangier Island is no more than a speck in the water. 2 square kilometers of land pummeled by wind and waves, shrinking just a bit every day.
I'm not just talking about saving a piece of land. I'm talking about a community of people.
James Eskridge is a crab fisherman, just like his father and his grandfather before him. He's also the mayor of this island of 700, a community so isolated its inhabitants have retained their own distinctive accent, tracing back 300 years.
We've been here for quite a while. We'd like to remain for a lot longer.
But the island is vanishing. Every year, meters of soil disappear into the water. 15 years ago, the shoreline extended all the way to these wood pilings now sticking out of the water. And the fear is that in another 15 years or less, the water will reach all the way to the house. Already, entire neighborhoods have gone under.
It's hard to imagine that where we are now, there was actually a thriving community at one time. Where they used to live and where the children played now is probably 10 or 12 feet underwater.
People here know, without dramatic efforts to rebuild the soil or break the waves, this is the future that awaits the entire island. But they disagree with scientists who say global warming is to blame.
The sea level has been rising, and in more recent years, it's rising more quickly.
Tangier is politically conservative. Wisdom here tends to come from experience, not studies.
Everything's the same. I've been doing it all my life. I don't see no difference in it.
I wouldn't call it climate change. I've seen changes in the weather, but it seems like to me, and myself and the president, we talked about that.
Compliance with the terms of the Paris Accord.
That's President Donald Trump, a fellow global warming skeptic who pulled the U.S. out of the Paris climate change agreement last year. Days after making that announcement, Trump called Tangier's mayor to tell him not to worry about a rise in sea level. Here, the love for Trump comes second only to the love for crabs.
We fully support the president on the island.
Despite what most people would say is evidence at his door, the mayor remains disbelieving.
I'm just not going along by, people saying so. Show me that it's happening and I'll go along with it.
What if by the time you see it with your own eyes, it's too late?
Then that won't be good, and I'm sure that's what I'll be remembered for, that, I didn't go along with it.
It's a dangerous wager, but one people here are still willing to make. They say their beliefs simply run deeper than the waters rising around them. Heidi Jo Castro, Al Jazeera, Tangier, Virginia.
Stay calm. This is not happening.
What do you say?
Now, I know what some of you must be thinking. The day has come, we're all going to go down, etc., etc. But let's get away from the fantasy and look at the facts.
We do seem to be going down quite fast, Your Majesty. Not trying to contradict you, of course.
No, of course you're not, citizen. But let's stick to the facts. The threat of total destruction has kept the peace here in High Brazil for 1,000 years. So whatever else is happening, you can rest assured, High Brazil is not sinking. Repeat, not sinking.
May I just make a point in support of what King Arnulf's just said?
Oh, we'd be delighted, wouldn't we?
Yes!
Save yourselves! High Brazil is sinking!
Oh, but you don't know our safety precautions.
It can't happen.
But it is, look!
I already appointed the Chancellor as chairman of a full committee of inquiry into exactly what is going on. And in the meantime, I suggest we have a sing-song.
Good idea.
I think we're getting better.
How can you tell?
Father!
It's all right, it's not happening.
Father, it is!
Get on board!
No thanks.
Who do you think you are?
Panic mongers.
Come on, over here!
Leave us alone.
Yeah, leave him alone.
Sinking! High Brazil is sinking!
Well, my dear, I think you'll find it's all a question of what you want to believe in, and I happen to have more experience in these matters than you do, I think.